Hello and welcome to my channel, Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. 100-day challenge. Again, yes, day 92. We're going to be making the outside cover of the Garden Hinged Slotted Spine Journal. Yep. So the outside cover, I've got my fabric and I pressed it already. So it wouldn't have wrinkles, hopefully. So I'm going to put that aside. I've got my chipboard and my felt. I've already put my double stick tape on the chipboard. So I've got two pieces, front and back cover, and then this is going to be the spine. So since I didn't write down my measurements, I'll tell you what they are now. 9 on the height and 5 and almost a half. I just put the page in there and you know, that's what I did. The spine is 3.5 wide and of course 9 tall. So this is the excuse me. This is the part that I usually do off camera because there's a lot of things that can get hinky with it and you have to turn it around and then there's glare and you know, all that kind of stuff. But I thought since I'm making this journal on camera and I'm trying to show the whole process, even the prototype type things, the things that I do behind the camera, I would share this with you as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here because it works best for me to do that. And we'll work our way over. I've got this piece that's going to be the extra, but it'll be over on this side, not on any of the in-between pieces, right? This is going to go here. And then we'll put our spine and then our other piece and then that'll go on. This is not actually the part that would hold the spine together, okay? That'll be the fabric, okay? This is the part that's going to be underneath the fabric so that the chipboard won't show through so much, right? Okay. So this is just plain old felt. Because it's just going underneath, right? So let's take the tape off of here and we'll get a good start. What we have to do on this is just make sure we're getting straight. We're going straight across and not getting all ski-wampus on it because that could be problematic. So I'm going to turn it this way because it's easier for me to see and not get my head in the camera maybe. All right? Okay, whoops. Because when I stick this, it's going to be stuck, right? Yes, because it's double stick tape. And we have to make sure we're going straight across. Now you can see a little bit, you can see that's a little bit of a dark layer underneath that. But what I'm hoping is when I put this fabric over it, then you don't see any dark. You just see this, and that's pretty, okay? Now, excuse me. This is just the start of this. I'm sure this is going to be a two-parter because, yeah, it's just the way it's going to work. It takes a while. It takes a minute to get all this done the way I want to done it. I've got a specific way I want it to go on here, and yeah. So yeah, don't get off the track. But yeah, I've got a specific way I want it to go on, and so that takes a minute. You have to figure things out. That's why I usually do this off camera. Because it just is a thing. If you're using the double stick tape to do this with, which is what I would recommend, because glue, even the best of glues, can show through on fabric. This is going to be my barrier between any sticky thing and, you know, I wouldn't put glue on this per se. I have, but I don't think it's necessary in this particular case. So we're just going to do, okay. I want that little bit of space in between there. Yep. Okay. So, but yeah, I want to just get this going, and then you'll see next is the part where you put the fabric on the outside, and we hope for the best because we don't want to. Felt is a little bit forgiving. You can, you know, pull it a little. You can't pull that fabric though. It is what it is. Okay, now let's put this one on. The reason I'm doing it this way is I wanted a padded journal cover, but hard journal cover. This is 2 mil thick chipboard. It's the real deal, not the cereal box. So there you go. And I'm still giving myself a quarter or a little better in between the spine and the front and back covers. I like that spacing. I don't like it to be real bunched up and getting in its own way and stuff like that. So I want at least a quarter of an inch and as straight as I can get it, right? Yep. You have to hold it still. After you get it positioned, hold it still. You know, if you have one of those sticky boards and you're a little unsure of yourself, that will be a way to hold it still, like a Cricut sticky board. You could put your chipboard on there, and it would hold still. Okay. So if you're unsure and you're doing this the first time, one of those sticky, and you can get those cheap, guys. I mean, even if you don't have a Cricut, you can go on Amazon and get one of those Kappa or something like that. They're really cheap, work just as good. I'm not dissing Cricut, but they work just as good. And especially for something like this, they'd be great. Yeah. So they would hold your chipboard still for you. You could put it exactly where you want, and it wouldn't move away. This would be where you want it. Yep. So, okay. Now, as you can see, the felt is only so long. I didn't cut this down. This is just the size of it, the width and the length. So, as I didn't cut it down, I've got another piece that I did cut off of another piece to go on here. If that makes sense. I hope it does. Because it was just a little short of what I needed it to be. That happens. It happens all over the place. Yep. Okay, without getting my head in the camera, I'm just going to butt this right up next to that. And squidge it on there. I don't think you'll be able to see it. If you can see it, I will probably, you know, do some embellishment on the outside. But I don't think you can. I don't think you can. We'll give it a look-see. Nope, can't see it. Okay. All right, now that we've got that all pieced together, I'm going to do some trimming. Get my fabric scissors because they'll do this better. Get this off because I don't want this to fold over. That just would create bulk in my, where I don't want it to have bulk. I just want it to be where it is. Okay, I got a twig sticking out here. That happens. We just untwig it, right? Okay. Get a little of this off. Yeah, I don't want anything sticking out to fold over, if that makes sense. Get off. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna have to do this the other way around. It's like cutting backwards. Okay. All right, I think that'll do. Okay. Make sure I don't have anything. Yeah, you don't want any these little twigs left over anywhere because they will be lumpy bumpy under there. You just don't want that. Okay. Now that we've got it, this is the inside. Okay, if I didn't say, this is the inside. This is where our slotted hinge spine will go, and then our inside covers and all that stuff. That's another video, okay? Because we haven't got all of our papers, all of our pages finished yet, but I wanted to get a good start on this because I knew it would take a minute. Okay, so for this to go on here, we are going to put tape, our double stick tape on here, okay? Because, yeah, where is my double stick? I need the big one. Then there won't be glue showing through. As I've said before, guys, if you put glue on fabric and you don't squidge it down, then it's gonna always look wet. Now you can cover it. That's the thing. You can cover it, no problem. But it's best to avoid it in the beginning, right? Just don't do it if you can help it. Sometimes it just happens, and that, you know, it's a thing. So, but yeah, you can just cover it if it happens, because it's always gonna look wet, like there's a wet spot on your project. So believe me, I know. Experience. Yep. And then you cover it. At least that's what I do when it happens. I try not to let it happen. And as you do this more and more, you'll figure out your own little ways to keep it from happening. Because, yeah. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun cover. And get down there. I think it's going to be pretty. I wanted it to be really, really pretty to house this journal in. Sorry, I have to turn this around. I know it's glaring. It'll be off in a minute. But yeah, as you do this, you'll learn little tips and tricks that you like to use to keep it from happening. Okay? All right, now, again, you always have to squidge this glue down really, really good. Use a lot of firmness and seriousness with it. Yeah, you have to get really serious. And it will hold. It will hold great. Is this going to be the only thing holding it? No. No. It just won't. But it will be a good part of what's holding it. Okay? Some people will put this felt under there and then not put any, not put an adhesive layer over it. They'll just put the fabric on top of that. And that's perfectly fine. You can do that. I'm just me, you know. I do me. So I want as much on one side as on the other, right? Because this is going to fold over. Okay. So I'm going to gently, carefully pull this till I've got enough there and enough there to do fold over. I think this didn't pull quite straight, so let me do that. Okay. Okay, now we've got our start to it, right? Okay. Yeah, like I said, this would take a minute. I knew it would. And it's going to be, you know, one of those things where we'll revisit it, right? We will come back and do more to it. But this is just getting the outside cover and started. So we don't have, you know, we don't have a bunch of, this tape is really, really sticky, which is what I want. But sometimes you have to work with it a little bit to get it to let go. Let go already, right? Okay. Again, we're just going to carefully pull it. I kind of pull it towards myself and it stops at me. So, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. But yeah. Okay. Once we get this on, the other part, like folding over and everything, we'll do that on the next video where we put the inside covers and the spine, which will take a minute, but that's okay because we haven't got our spine ready to put in yet. We just wanted to get this done so that it's ready to put the spine in. Once we put the spine in, then we can do the inside covers and all that. And I haven't decided either about if I'm going to do, come on, if I'm going to do paper or fabric. I've got enough fabric. I could do the inside with fabric, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I might do the paper from the journal kit, which is really beautiful too. So I'm still debating on that. So we shall see, right? We shall see. Now I'm going to try to do more towards the center, laying down first and spread it out like so. Now, should be the beginnings of a really nice journal cover, right? You can't see the chipboard anywhere, which is good. I'm trying to find where that got pieced together. Okay, well, if you can't see it, maybe I can feel it. Anyways, I don't know. It might be this. I'm like, maybe it's this side. I think it's this side, but you can't tell. So, anywho, that is pretty. That's going to make a beautiful journal cover. Going to have a nice wide spine, and we'll do the inside, like I said, because this is all going to fold over and fold over, you know, and we'll put our papers. I think I'll put the papers. I think I will. So, yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. The beginnings of our journal cover, right? Not too bad. And it's got a little bit of cushion in there, but it's still very much a hardcover. That's because of the 2 mil. Yep. Chipboard. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Day 92 is done, and we've got the beginnings of our, I don't know what I'm going to call, I'm just going to call it the Garden Hinged Journal. It's a slotted spine, but we don't have to put that in the name of it, right? I don't know. This is all a prototype experimental journal, so yep, that's what it is. So, okay, you guys give this a try. This is really easy. It does take a minute, and you got to think about it a little bit and be strategic with placement, but it's really easy. It really is. And then when you fold things in on the inside, you've got a really beautiful cover that's just going to be awesome. And then, of course, we'll decorate the front, but yeah, that's another time. Okay, day 92 done. You guys take care. Please like and subscribe, pretty please. Thanks for watching. TTFN.